Nicole Boone.
And I'm Megan Miller. First up at 6 o'clock, 10 years ago today, Brittanee Drexel disappeared in Myrtle Beach.
The 17-year-old from Rochester, New York, was here on spring break when she disappeared. I recently spoke with Brittanee's mother about that day and what's happened since then.
I met Dawn Drexel Plecken at the Market Common Park in Myrtle Beach. It's where she planted a tree in honor of her daughter Brittanee years ago.
Brittanee was a beautiful, beautiful girl. She had a beautiful soul. Her smile lit up the room.
But the room went dark on April 25th, 2009, when she learned Brittanee had vanished.
My heart just dropped.
Frantic calls to Brittanee's cell phone went unanswered, leaving Dawn with this final voicemail greeting to hold on to.
Hey, it's Brett. Leave a message and I'll get back to you soon.
When we got into Myrtle Beach, I ended up stopping at a news station, which was Channel 13, and I went directly on the media in hopes to find Brittanee. You know, I thought that if I got her name and face out there, somebody would see her and maybe call law enforcement.
Brittanee came to Myrtle Beach with several other teens on spring break.
I did think that there was some involvement with the kids that were back in Rochester because they wouldn't even talk to me. They didn't meet up with us to pass out flyers, to go look for her, to do anything. They were questioned by the police and then they headed back to Rochester. And there was many times that we had seen messages on Facebook and such that they'll never come back to Myrtle Beach. Well, why wouldn't you? What happened? And still to this day, we don't know anything.
The Q Center reports she was abducted while walking outside the Blue Water Inn on South Ocean Boulevard. This is the last image we have of Brittanee. Dawn believes Brittanee was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
It's been hell going through all of this past 10 years.
Since Brittanee's disappearance, there have been countless searches for her, rewards offered, billboards hung, and major social media networking in hopes of finding her. It's a story that got national attention.
Yeah, I believe that someone knows what happened to my daughter. They just don't want to come forward because they're afraid.
Investigators say a jailhouse snitch told them Brittanee was taken to a drug house near McClellanville. The inmate said she was raped and shot to death.
I believe there is some truth to what he is saying.
But 10 years later, Dawn still doesn't know what happened to her daughter.
We still have hope, but from what we know about the case, I had to come to the realization, which was very, very difficult, that these people raped and murdered my daughter.
The FBI handles the case and offers a $25,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest. Dawn hired her own team of investigators right after Brittanee's disappearance and established a tip line last year. Online at WBTW.com in my story, you'll find that number, the number for the Q Center for Missing Persons. You'll also hear more of my conversation with Dawn, including what she would say to Brittanee's killer or anyone who knows anything about her daughter's disappearance. At 7 tonight.